Every real estate wholesaler has lost some sort of deal due to slow follow-up, first to lead responses, or say even if you're not in a wholesale and you're offering some sort of various offers for people's property information the moment they submit a form on your website or some landing page or some other contact method, you're losing on a lot of deals if you're not the very first person to contact back the lead. And this is a huge problem because if you're not the first to respond, the buyer or the person who has a property or some sort of information to offer you, or maybe to even request a quote or some sort of deal, if they don't get a fast response from you, then most likely you lose the deal and someone else captures the deal. And from people I've been able to speak to and have the privilege with to speak on phone calls, I've got a lot of market intelligence in terms of just what is actually happening here. And believe it or not, a lot of deals are slipping through the cracks, right? I've done a little past experiment this past weekend where I was literally just going on various different local wholesale websites I found where they offer fast cash deals for properties, whether it's commercial, residential, and it's kind of astonishing their workflows and their processes in terms of how fast these businesses are getting back to the actual lead. Some of them don't even get back to you until the next business day. And I was doing this on a Saturday evening. Some of them don't even have any sort of follow-up sequence or any sort of automation where it does something about the lead, like any sort of immediate underwritten deal, notification, email notifier, or reminder of like, hey, thanks for submitting your information. We will do this, XYZ, or any sort of immediate contact. The only one out of, say, a sample size of about 5 to 6 different forms I was able to submit my information to, only one person on a Saturday evening was calling me back. And this wasn't until an hour later. And keep in mind, if I am a lead or a prospect and I'm going out there trying to get fast cash offers or some sort of offer for a property or asset I have with a potential business owner I found online, I don't care if you contact me back 2 days, 3 days, 4 days later. I want something now, especially too in a society where there's just a bunch of instant gratification everywhere. People want instant results. The technology is here. People understand AI is here. You do not want to be left behind or the person who cannot offer an immediate response or some sort of immediate answer to a person who wants a answer right now, especially too when the person's at their emotional peak. You do not want to lose that. When someone's at their emotional peak, they're the most willing to do something about their problem, especially too if they have something for you, which is literally just a freebie. If you have the right system in place, you can close more deals, you can have more conversations, and ultimately at the end of the day, make more money. I'm going to show you right now on my computer some examples of what I'm talking about in terms of the intake forms, what the problem here is, and what the actual potential solution is. And I'll show you how exactly I built just a simple custom AI pre-trained on just some simple information about a wholesaler I found online to show you what an instantaneous response can look like versus something that is just super manual and obviously outdated. And then I'll show you exactly what you can expect if you were to get something like this set up for yourself and what the advantages are for your business. So look, I just want to show you an example of what I'm actually talking about. And by the way, this is not a knock on any of these businesses. It's just mostly just showing as just examples, just for educational purposes of what I'm trying to point out here as a problem in the video and what you can actually do about it. So ultimately at the end of the day, whether you're the business owner actually of any of these case studies that I'm showing here, or if this is something that you're just trying to get up and running for yourself so you can make more money, right? I'm just trying to help here. Anyway, so what I mean is contact information forms like this. I mean, if you go on like a wholesale site where people are buying houses for cash offers, things like that, there's usually a form like this where you put in some sort of phone number, some sort of property information, and then what happens is they'll either call you same day or in a couple of days. And what happens is, obviously you have to wait. The time delay, that's a huge problem. And there's also probably someone on the other end of it, whether it's a single person, whether it's some sort of virtual assistant in a total different time zone and where they might not even be awake. And that's a problem in itself. So I'm going to show you just like a little bit of more examples. It doesn't necessarily have to apply to wholesale, but also to just like general problem inquiries, right? Contact your local expert. Like, why can't I just have someone just on the line of, say, an AI or whatever, just hops on the phone call? You can easily speak to a person, pre-qualify the person, get the information quickly out of them versus just this limited contact information form right here, where you can literally offer them a more fire and more amazing lead magnet. Say like, hey, we'll contact or put in contact with you right now with a real estate agent expert, which is really just a voice AI trained on all your information, all your Q&As, FAQs, whatever. And then immediately the person that contacts you gets all the information they need. And if they're really interested, they'll also book an appointment or live call transfer to a qualified person to say work out a deal or something like that. Some of them are just extremely outdated and there's nothing really for me to like get some sort of immediate value from. Like I have to just kind of like scour through this whole entire website just to find something. So same thing kind of here, whatever is going on here, you have to find like the contact form, schedule like your next real estate review. Like why can't I just get this right now, right? I could put in my information, you could get the AI to scour all the information about a property, maybe get some sort of public information, maybe make some decision based off like how you underwrite your deals or whatever, like through like a custom calculator that you have on the back end. And then from there, the person that's coming into you, they automatically have all the information they need, right? So here, like more forms, see free market analysis. Like guys, this is like literally some just easy stuff that can be easily automated and offer immediate value as a lead magnet for someone. Not only you collect their information and you can do something about it, you give them immediate value. And also too, if they don't schedule to say some sort of immediate booked appointment or say some sort of live call transfer, then guess what? They're put into your backend, and then on the back end, there's a constant set of sequences and steps that are constantly staying in touch with this person, whether it's a single touch, whether it's a multi-step touch, whether it's a multi-channel touch. So the more touches you have ultimately with a prospect, the higher odds you have of actually converting someone. So what did I do here? I pretty much, after analyzing a bunch of sites, I created my own, just like a simple mock data one, fake one with just fake information here, but something that just replicates the feel and style of what you see usually in commercial real estate. And I wanted to show you an example of like how fast you can actually get some sort of result, get on a phone call with say some sort of expert agent, even like a voice AI that can actually pre-qualify, get information from you, get any market intelligence. And obviously, the more information you can collect from a person, say their name, their phone number, their property information, whatever, you can give them a more personalized result, right? So whether it's a certain type of commercial real estate, whether it's residential, whatever you are, the more information you have to collect, the quicker your AI can just get to the point of, say, escalating the conversation so the next step will actually make sense. And as I told you earlier, I was just scouring through a bunch of sites in my local city, and I was just trying to literally find and see how these businesses are actually engaging with their prospects and their leads, right? Like, are they fast? Are they slow? And, there was only one person, like I said, there was only one business that actually reached out to me in about an hour, right? On a Saturday evening. Whereas most other ones, they all said they would reach out to me on a business day, which is a super long time, right? And that's a clear problem because now with the technology, you have all this technology out here. So you can actually do something about that and actually get prospects to and get leads with the information they want. Plus, you can give them like an expert AI to talk to them, pre-qualify them. And before you waste any time with just a bunch of tire kickers or people that get on a phone call with you who'd never even turn out to close a deal, you just saved yourself a bunch of time, right? And there's really some people I've spoke to where they get on a bunch of calls, they do all the outbound manually to any leads they get submitted on a form. Like they're not like, listen, like some of these people, they're literally just looking through, say, a Google sheet of like a form intake that they're collecting from their website. And then they're manually reaching out to all these people that submitted their information. Like, why not instant? Like the moment I submit my information, I should be able to have a conversation with someone or even an AI where then it gives me the information I want, say as like a lead or a prospect, right? Whether you're underwriting a deal, whether say there's some sort of pre-qualification going on, and then from there, whether or not it makes sense, then actually schedule the booked appointment or live call transfer to you when it actually makes sense, right? So I'm just going to show you a quick little example of what actually happens when you get this up and running for yourself, right? So here we have the AI actually calling me. Hello?
Hi, Jan. Thank you so much for reaching out to us. I saw your contact form come through and wanted to give you a quick call right away. What brought you to us today? Are you looking to buy, sell, lease, or invest in commercial property?
I'm looking to sell a wholesale commercial property.
Great. Thank you for sharing that, Jan. To make sure we can best help you, could you tell me a bit more about the property? For example, is it office, retail, industrial, multifamily, or another type of specialty property? And what's the location or address?
Yeah, it's just a random warehouse on 123 Apple Street.
Thank you, Jan. So it's an industrial warehouse on 123 Apple Street. Got it. Can you share a bit about your timeline? Are you hoping to sell right away, or are you just starting to explore your options?
I'm looking to sell right away, and I need a fast cash offer.
Understood, Jan. You're looking for a quick sale and a fast cash offer for your warehouse. Have you worked with a commercial real estate broker before, or would this be your first time?
It would be my first time.
Thank you for letting me know, Jan. We'll make sure to walk you.
So that's just a quick example of what I'm talking about. You can pre-qualify the lead, and I know they said broker in it, while here it says wholesale. I just didn't program it into the AI to mention it's doing wholesale. But anyway, nonetheless, you can get it to be very specific in terms of the qualification questions, the steps, what exactly is it asking for, what kind of information it's collecting, right? And all this can automatically be updating your CRM in the background, right? Your CRM moving your opportunity pipelines and what stages a lead is in. Also, at the same time, pre-qualifying them live. So whether or not it even makes sense to book an appointment with you or someone on your team, or what to actually do next with this contact information, right? Because that's super important. Like if you can just hand it off to an AI, save you so much time. And also too, this is just one sort of standard AI voice and just quality performance that I've provided here, that I've linked to this website. You can make the AIs even better, even more realistic, even more fast in terms of how fast they're responding and stuff like that. So there's really no limit in terms of like the quality and performance. And some people also worry about, say, hey, is this thing actually going to sound real? Is it not going? Is it going to know the information about my business? Like, yes, you could 100% train it on all your information, all your FAQs, your sales process. Even if you were to say, just feed it various different sales call transcripts with your processes and then train the AI to understand that and then create a whole entire script, or say a pre-qualifying script or even a sales process, you can get the AI to know exactly how it is that you do your processes when these leads come in. And so then it can actually do the same exact thing that you're doing, but at scale and without your time involvement or anyone on your team. And here's the thing about all this stuff, like the beauty about the technology, it never misses a lead, right? It doesn't matter whether it's a holiday. It doesn't matter whether it's say 1 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't matter whether it's say it's on Easter. It doesn't matter whether it's say it's on a weekend. It's always going to be working for you 24/7. And there are studies online where there's uplifts of up to 500x when you contact the lead within the first 5 minutes that they come in, right? Which is insane. Like a 500x uplift in conversion rate. Like who doesn't want that, right? So the response wins all the time. If you can have that, you're always going to win. It can automate your whole entire CRM management, right? Whether you're connected to some sort of Go high level account or some sort of close CRM, or maybe you have something on Google Sheets or Excel, you can connect to all these different data sources and automatically move and update like I said, the opportunity in whatever stage of the sales process it is in. It eliminates the whole entire process of having this delegated to someone, to a real person, spending a lot of money, whether it's even a call center, some sort of virtual assistant, or even you doing it personally. It removes that entirely. And at the end of the day, it prevents you and a bunch of wasted time with tire kickers that won't actually move forward with a deal or even are serious about it, because the AI, you can make it as thorough as possible with the qualifying set of questions that it's asking for any leads that come in. It instantly calls them because they're literally on their phone or they're literally on their computer, and the call just comes in right away. You know what I mean? That's the moment they come in, so they're the most active. So you have a very high likelihood to get a response, right? So it eliminates the need to ever hop on sales calls where people just waste your time. And ultimately, at the end of the day, you'll be speaking to 90% of the time with super high quality prospects. And I know this video is more so framed kind of around like the wholesale side of just like with this demo example, but it doesn't necessarily apply to just wholesale. Like imagine if you have some sort of lead magnet you're giving off to anyone, say some sort of market intelligence like I showed you earlier, or maybe something else that you're giving for free when people come in and submit their information. You can apply this to any sort of use case, and then from there, be the first to the lead, and then from there offer them some sort of immediate value, and then even pre-qualify them, and then take them to the next step in your sales process. So this is a massive value add for any business owner that has some sort of intake form or some sort of location where you can collect lead information. If you want something done like this for yourself, you can just contact me via email. Let's have a chat, and then we can see what we can do for you. But other than that, see you in another.